Alright, hey, this is Rad Fox, and I'm going to be replacing my accessory radiator fan on my 2006 Jetta TDI. Hey man, this is Rad Fox. I'm going to work on my radiator accessory fan today. When I was working on the car, I don't know, several months back, I had to take off the accessory fan, and it dropped and hit the ground, and it put a crack right on the fan. And ever since then, if I run the AC in the car shakes violently. Now I'm gonna. All right, so the radiator accessory fan hasn't turned on yet. It's about ready to. Got the AC going. I'm gonna pull you in here closer. Okay, so. Yeah, that fan right there, you can see it slowly wobbling, and it's barely running. It's a variable speed fan, so as the load increases, as the heat builds up, that fan has to spin faster and faster. And right now, that's a fairly low speed, actually. You can see that that's got a lot of vibration on it. And as that builds up speed, the entire car will shake, so you know when your fan's cracked. Okay, you can see how that's wobbling. That's definitely out of balance. Okay, this is the radiator fan that I picked up from Auto Parts Warehouse. I think it was about 110 bucks. Might have been 120. I forgot. I bought it several weeks ago and just haven't had a chance to put it in yet. But for this particular car, this looks correct. Looks like it's pretty much going to connect right up to the OEM connectors. These connectors right here are fairly special. I assume you could try to splice, cut these off your old fan and try to splice them with a cheaper type fan, but I wouldn't do that. Let me show you these connectors. Okay, so the next thing I want to do to get this thing, get this old one out, put this new one in, is I want to jack the car up so I can take the radiator fan, the accessory fan, out through the bottom, because there's not very much clearance going through the top, and it's definitely would be a lot harder to try to take it through the top. I'll show close. Okay, so to get this radiator fan out of here, it's actually attached onto a shroud. Both of the fans, the main fan that's over here and the accessory fan over here, they're both attached to this shroud. So I think I have to get to the bolts on the back side of this. So again, to get this out, you can see that it would be a pain to try to feed this out through the top. So I'm just going to jack it up. And I mean, this doesn't take too much. This air snorkel or whatnot is pretty easy to get off, but I still think there's something else over there. But I'm going to go ahead and drop it off through the bottom. That's going to be the easier way to do it. All right, so we got the car up in the air. And next I need to take off that snorkel, because I need to be able to get to the shroud fan bolts. Those just pop right off. That's pretty easy to do. Alright, so I need a Torx down in here. 2 Torx, and this should pop right out. Alright, so this is the top of the radiator shroud, and you can see that there's a Torx screw right there, and then there's one way down there at the bottom on this side, driver's side, and then same thing over here on the passenger side. There's one right there, and then one way down there. So that's what we're going to take out. This is going to take a T30. I've got a couple different ways of doing it here. There's not much clearance. There's a radiator hose in the way. So I'm going to try using a ratchet first, and then if that doesn't work, I may just use just a little hex drive T30 adapter and a little teeny crescent, and that'll get me enough clearance in there so that I can turn this thing without having to mess with any of the radiator hoses and have to worry about refilling any of that back up. Okay, I broke it loose with this guy here, and then it's pretty easy just to turn it by hand to get this out. I'm gonna go ahead and take the top two out so that I can do the bottom two from below and support the shroud so it doesn't fall again. Alright, it's coming out by finger turns. Alright, got it. Okay, here's underneath the car. Here's the passenger side screw that's holding that on. This side of the shroud. And where's the other one at? Let's see if I have to feel it. Oh, I can feel it. It's right up in here above this lower radiator hose. I'm going to go ahead and... Alright, so this connector right here just has to pull off. And then you can see the other screw up in there now. Okay, so the ratchet will work on the driver's side. It's easy to get this 1/4" ratchet in here. It's got a lot of clearance. So there's that side now, and you can see that this is wanting to separate off. Now the passenger side, though, watch this. It won't clear unless you maybe have a wobble socket, because this air conditioner line is right in the way of the screw. So I'm going to just go ahead and pop this adapter out and use a crescent on it. Okay, so there you can see I've got a little tiny crescent right there on my star adapter, my hex star adapter, and I'm just going to turn this by hand. Alright, I've got that screw out. I would suggest that instead of doing this screw last, because there's hardly any clearance and you have to use either a wobble or a little crescent, I suggest that you leave the driver's side screw for last, because you can use a crescent, or not, I mean, you can use a ratchet on it and it's going to be much easier. This wasn't too bad, but would have been a little bit easier to do this one last, this passenger side screw last. Okay. Okay, see, that wasn't too hard at all. Okay, so there's why there's two plugs. There's one plug here that supplies the power to the first fan, the accessory fan, and then there's a cable that runs over, plugs into the main fan right here. So let's tear this apart. Out of here, there is looks like a little clip here to get him out of here. There's two that have to be crimped, pushed, compressed, and then that looks like that'll allow the plug to come off of here. And then it's got to be pulled out of this groove here. And then what I need to do, I don't think I have to do anything with this one. So I just got to get this unplugged. This slid out of here. It looks like it's really bound in there. Oops. Okay, so there's some little clips. Here's a little clip that holds the cables in the electric wire channel right here. I'm gonna put right. Okay, so for these particular electrical connectors, which the Volkswagen uses, you just need to lift this tab a little bit and start trying to wiggle the connector apart to get these guys apart. And just like that. Okay, so now the only thing left to do, got the wires all loosened up, is take out these three nuts right here, and let's get this thing out of here. Okay, this uses a 10mm socket. pull these wires so they're clear. Let's see here. There we go. Feed it through, and voila! Here's the old fan, and it's got a bunch of rough wear marks where it was hitting the shroud, I guess. And problem was, and I know this is where I had tried to do a temporary repair, is it cracked, the housing cracked right here, and that was allowing this fan blade to flex when rotating at high speeds. Alright, let's look at the new one. Alright, so this looks pretty good. It looks like the connectors are the same. Let's see here. Yep, I got 4 pins in there, 4 pins in here. So let's go ahead and try to bolt this up. Alright. This time we'll be careful with it. Feed the connectors back up through. And let's see here. Alright, so we've hit a little snag here. This main connector looks perfect, and this secondary connector here doesn't want to line up. There's a extra little burr inside of this connector. The wire colors are the same, and it looks like they connect properly. It's just got this extra little block right here. I'm not sure exactly why. I think this motor, I mean, it looks the same, so I'm going to go ahead and hook this up and see what happens. We'll see what happens. Let's bolt this back up, and I'm going to take a Dremel, and I'm going to Dremel out this connector right here on the side so that this fits in here properly. I'll show you a close-up in just 1 second. Okay, so I ground down the inside of this edge in here, and now we'll see if it fits together. Perfect. Alright, good. We'll tuck this all in, and then I got to get this back up in the car. Get this clip down in here too. Okay, so we got all this tucked back in. I got the clip back on here holding this. This is really secure. And this appears to be secure here. The fan is on here. And it looks pretty decent. Alright, I'm going to go put it on the car. Alright, well here's the view up in here without the fan shroud up in here. And I'm going to go ahead and try sliding it up in here right now. I already lifted the radiator shroud up in here. And I've already put that, set that first screw in there by hand. I'm going to go ahead and set the other ones and start tightening this up. Let's see here. We got the lower bolts in, we got the top bolts in now, okay? And we just need to probably fire this up and just take a look at it. So let's do that real quick. Okay. We can see this new fan is starting up. Okay, here's a better view. That's the new fan spinning. The main fan spinning in there. That's good. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and button this back up. Much better, much better. Alrighty, let's see. Go ahead and put this lower smoke roll on here. Fits in here just right. Ooh, it's close to the fan. Alright. Let's see here. Maybe I should put this box back on first. So, okay. so. And that's it. That's all there is to it. Alright, we're done. One of the things I left off when I started on this project was that I already had the skid plate off the bottom of the car because I had recently done some other work on the car. But I did put it back on, so you know, next time I take it off I can do a video on that if you need one. But I've got it all back on. Everything went pretty well except for that connector. I don't like that connector. I'll give you the part number here in a second because, you know, it's definitely cheaper buying a $120 fan than, you know, trying to buy a $200 fan from the factory or a $400 fan shroud with the fans on it. So this is a better way to go if you're handy with the Dremel. You can drill out that little connector. The fan, there was a little bit of difference in the seating height of the fan to the shroud. This particular new fan actually is sitting up about a 1/4 inch higher, but it still maintained all the clearances around it. It's not hitting on the air snorkel or any of that, so it looks fine. No noises or anything. So if you're handy and comfortable with the Dremel, then this would be a really easy task for you to handle.